Hello everyone, my name is Thanh and I'm in video games groups with Nam and Đức. As we know today, the video game is very developed and important with our life. So today we will have a presentation about that topic to give you the important information about video games. This thing we will talk about introduction to video games.
Video games.
About video games, question, answer, and referrals. First, we will go to the introduction to video games. So the video games is an electronic game that involves interaction with a user interface to generate user feedback on a video device such as a TV screen or computer monitor. Video game is very popular because we can play them is anything, is anytime, anywhere, by anything, and we usually use a controller like keyboard, gamepad to control your games. And today people usually play them on a computer, smartphone, or a television, and you can even play them on the go.
And the next section is the history about the video games. Since the 1970s and 70s, and the private computer has been invented, and now every family has at least one private computer, but there were no games, but there were nothing up. But the people didn't use computer for entertainment, so the first commercial arcade video games is being made by Nothing Associated in 1971, and it was called Computer Space. And the next year, 1972, Atari introduced Pong, and that two games is the original of all the games today. And games are actually improving day by day, making it one of the best industry in the world.
This is the front of Flash quiz. When was the world's first commercial arcade game? Anyone can answer this question? Anyone?
1971.
1970. Grand Strike. So we are going deeper about video games. We have been researching about video games, and we learned a lot of genres of it. The first genre is sport. There are some games that's from the sport genre, like the PES 2018, FIFA 18, esports, and NBA, WWE. The second genre is the first person shooter, or FPS. There are a lot of games which is from this genre, like Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, Call of Duty, Modern Combat, Vertical Ops. Also, we have RPGs. RPG stands for role-playing games. There are a lot of games like Final Fantasy, The Legend of Zelda, and more. Also, there are adventure games like Myst, Skyrim, and platform games like Super Mario and Donkey Kong. If you like music, you can play music games like Just Dance, Dance Dance Revolution, or Osu. You can play, if you like fighting, you can play fighting games like Tekken, Mortal Kombat, or Super Smash Bros. Also, if you like challenging yourself in the dark, you can play horror games like Alice, Resident Evil, Amnesia, and PT. So, another flash quiz. Final Fantasy is a video game. An FPS RPG. It's RPG. This is a chart about America's favorite video game genres in 2014. Action genres, which is the most favorite, which was the most favorite video game genre, has 28.2% out of 100% in chart. The second genre, which was the second most favorite genre, is shooter with 21.7%. Sports games, which has 13.3%, which is the third most favorite video game genres. Also, role-playing, adventure, fighting, racing, strategy, and family entertainment, which has from 3.3% to 9.5%. Other genres like casual, art compilations, other games, children's entertainment, arcade, and flight, which has from 0.1 to 1.3%. So these are the benefits of playing video games. First thing, video games can improve coordination. In some games, you have to fight with your allies to reach the finish. So you can improve your coordination in real life, a teamwork game. Also, this can improve problem-solving skills. You can solve problems very quickly. Also, can enhance memory. It improves attention and concentration. But I think this thing you cannot too concentrate to your game. Also, you can learn a lot of things from video games. You can improve your brain speed and improve your social skills by playing video games. So this is our video about video games.
Video games provide a fun escape from reality, though they're often portrayed as violent, lazy, and a waste of time by some. The debate has raged on for years, so are there any positive effects? Can video games actually make you smarter? Before we get ahead of ourselves, it's important to note that too much of anything is bad, even broccoli. Seriously, extremely high doses of broccoli can actually be toxic. Heck, even water toxicity exists. So if you binge and do nothing but play video games, the risks probably outweigh any benefits. In fact, we have an entire video devoted to what would happen if you stopped going outside and the negative effects of sitting, linked in the description. Having said that, many studies have actually shown increases in cognitive function after playing video games. One study in particular had participants play Super Mario 64 for 30 minutes a day over 2 months. Afterwards, the brains of these participants saw an increase of gray matter in areas associated with memory, strategic planning, and fine motor skills of the hands compared to those who had not played. These are particularly encouraging results for mental disorders which cause these brain regions to shrink, using video games as a therapy. Surprisingly, action games can also increase attention to detail in individuals. Take a look at the following words on screen and yell out what color the word is as fast as you can. So, green, blue, orange. Okay, now try a bit faster without me.
Red, green, purple.
As we continue, it becomes more difficult because there's a conflict between the word itself and its color. Chances are, if you play more than 5 to 10 hours of action games a week, you're able to solve these problems much more quickly. This is because your brain is actually more efficient in the regions associated with attention. Of course, video games can also be incredibly educational, and while you may not be playing some of your favorite games for this purpose, there are certainly many games that are used as effective teaching tools for both young and old. They may even help kids who suffer from dyslexia read more effectively. In a small study, dyslexic children who played regular video games ended up reading faster and more accurately, once again relating to improved attention skills. Meanwhile, other studies have found improvements in eyesight. Not only can they see smaller details more clearly, like tiny writing, but they have an easier time differentiating levels of gray. Very practiced action gamers were 58% better at perceiving fine differences in contrast, which is important as this is one of the first things to diminish with age. Even in the elderly, improved memory and focus is seen. More importantly, specially designed brain-teasing video games have been shown to slow the aging process of the brain by up to 7 years. This is because they are cognitively complex and require mental energy. Think you're able to keep track of what's in front of your eyes? Keep an eye on the blue circle here. Eventually, it will turn yellow like all the others. I will then point to a circle and you tell me if it was originally blue. If you knew this ball wasn't blue, then you're a functioning human being. But let's make it harder. Staring at the middle of the screen can help to keep track of the blue circles.
Stop.
At around 6 to 7 control tools. And the young doctors with previous exposure to video games show fewer errors in fact. Finally, it turns out the average person can track about 3 and but with 5 blue circles. Was this one originally blue? Yep, it was. It turns out the average person can track about 3 to 4 objects, while practiced action gamers can track around 6 to 7. Finally, as technology continues to transform medicine, surgeries are being completed with the insertion of cameras and remote control tools. And these surgeries have very clear parallels to video games with a screen and a controlling device. Not surprisingly, young doctors with previous exposure to video games show fewer errors and faster completion than those without. Of course, all of these skills are only useful if you use them, which you can't if all you do is play video games. So enjoy your downtime and relax with your games in moderation, but get out there and keep your life diverse as well, because that's how you'll win at the game of life. Got a burning question you want answered? Ask it in the comments or on Facebook and Twitter. And if you want the inside scoop on upcoming episode ideas and behind the scenes, check out our personal Instagram.
Now, before ending, if you have any questions, please raise your hand.
Has anyone got any questions? Yes, Mother?
What are live games?
Live games? There are a lot of live games available out there. Like Flight Simulator and some and some other games you can find on Steam and App Store.
So, in general, what kind of game?
Like you control like a simulator game, control something, and you have to complete missions using some vehicle or something.
Do you play games?
Yes, we do.
How often do you play games?
We usually play games. I have 6 to 7 hours a day.
How long do you spend on playing games?
Because we're in the middle of the finals, so we can't play game much. So we just can play games like 3 minutes.
Do you think play games waste time or affection to the body or something like that?
If you play too much video games, like there's some negative affection to your body. For example, if you play too much video games, your eye will be short sight like me. I played too much video games, so my eyes fast short sight.
What kind of game do you play?
I usually play FPS.
Okay, thanks guys.